Time check, it's 10:07 a.m. What I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna plan what I'm gonna do today. Be right back. Here's the plan for today. We're going to do some studying for school so that I can get out of the way. I don't want to think about it for the rest of the day. After that, gonna watch 2.3 for 1 hour 30 minutes. Lunch break, do some other non-business, non-school tasks. Then 30 outreach. And once I'm done, I review the past modules, either through Anki or just through reading it. So let's just stop being a baby and get the work done. All right, let's do this. Right, done studying. Now I'm gonna watch 2.3 Identity Ignition. Let's do this.
Right now, you might be asking yourself, how does any of this make sense? Or how do I believe in something that isn't true right now in the hopes it comes true later? Because this is pretty hard to wrap your head around, because it's all good and well me saying, yeah, just believe it, bro, and it will happen. But you're like, well, how the fuck do I do that? What if I am who I am right now and my world is what it is right now, how am I supposed to convince myself and my brain otherwise? Like, if I believe making money is hard and all I've ever known is making money is hard, how on earth do I convince myself the opposite? That's a very good question to ask, right? The idea of alignment gets confusing because what your factual reality is right now, your subjective experience, is very unlikely, it almost definitely isn't, aligned with your goal reality. So how do you change your beliefs to suit your goal when your experience, how do you possibly change your beliefs to suit your goal when your experiences just keep confirming what is already true? Well, after this video and the next one, it will all make sense, I promise. This is what we're trying to answer here. We're just getting far and wide looking for this thing. I was convinced there was some conspiracy. I set out for months, years, searching for an answer to try and figure out why I couldn't do the work and who was to blame. Why do I ask myself this? I said, why do I suffer like this? Why do I break down what I built? Why must I be stuck in this doom cycle of trying and failing? Well, I hope you're ready to find out who it is and what is to blame. It's you. That's right. It's you. It's all you. It always has been and it always will be. You are totally to blame. It's all your fault. You are the enemy. And I know that this is a bit of a twist and a bit of a switch, but it is you. You are to blame for all your suffering. It's your fault. It's not your anything. It's not your government. It's not your parents. It's not your IQ. It's not your social circle. It's not your politicians. It's had a bad life, then why doesn't it's all you? Look at the reasons you've written down earlier. If these were truly the reasons as to why you weren't successful or had a bad life, then why doesn't everyone who has or experiences these fail like you? They don't. You are the problem, not the reason. So if you wrote down, I'm not successful because I'm lazy, or I'm not successful instead of my skills. I used to not grow, and I blame the niche instead of myself. Remember, anytime you blame anything that isn't yourself, you lose. You're fucked, period, forever. Understand that responsibility is how we effectively declare war on problems, and you can't win a war if you refuse to fight.
Okay. Starting to lose focus. Let me take a break. Uh, there was only like 15 minutes of video. My attention span is messed up. But I kind of paused it to like journal and stuff. The main takeaway here is like to not blame anyone or anything for anything that happens at all. And my main like rebuttal was like there was a time where I took extreme ownership for everything, for people. Like I did more than I should, especially group works. And then I realized, wait, that's still me blaming people. Like radical acceptance and extreme ownership are not the same thing. I thought they were. I realized that accepting things and taking full responsibility, especially in that case, meant learning to walk away from certain people, learning to let people take responsibility for their actions and deal with the consequences. So now that rebuttal's gone, I've had some excuses as to why I had not been doing outreach the past week, and I had like, oh, it's boring, or oh, people would invite me to things, and I'd have to say yes. And my parents would say that I have to play pickleball with them, but then I realized that they're not they're not the reason. They're not valid excuses. I'm the reason. I'm the reason why I hadn't been doing 30 outreaches a day, and it's up to me to solve the problem. I'm gonna take a break, then come back.
I'm like, this is my body and this is my face and this is my name. Not It's a bit deeper than that. So you have met the enemy and the enemy is you. But who are you? There's a quote from Sun Tzu, who wrote a book called The Art of War, which has been used for generations of military practice, and the quote goes, if you know the enemy and you know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. And what Sun Tzu basically meant here is like, if you know who you are, so you know what your issues are, and you know who you're up against, then you can predict pretty much any outcome. And the point I'm making here is, in order for you to defeat the enemy, which is basically defeating yourself and kind of slaying your own dragon, so to speak, you need to kind of know what you're after. Because it's kind of like an invisible enemy right now. Like, it's your fault, but what are you? What is the self? What is this thing that you're grasping onto that you've just built up and conceptualized? Like, how the hell do we defeat this thing? Like, it's kind of like with COVID-19 and the coronavirus, when, I think
In this part about self-solidification, which just in other words mean fixed mindset, wherein you think you cannot change. And I just had this reflection about some people that I know who I've tried helping, and they just won't change. They just don't want apply, even though the advice worked for me. And like they just have to try, but they won't even try. And I took so much blame for that. And I thought, why won't they just get it or something? And I realized self-solidification assumes that we can just stay the same and expect different results. But we have to change first in ourselves first. Our mindsets, our beliefs. If our belief is that I have ADHD, but I'm saying like not clinically diagnosed. If my belief is that I cannot work for long periods of time, then how can I be successful? I'm starting to understand now that when people make excuses, it's often because of identity. And since the self is the sum of all our beliefs, it is the beliefs. And the most important belief is the belief that we can change. I find it pretty interesting. Okay, I'm gonna continue watching now. Okay, I got distracted because my mom came and asked me to do an errand. And then I just got distracted for the next 10, 15 minutes. But everything is my fault. I'm gonna take accountability. Continue watching. There's this very interesting quote that Charlie said. I forgot what he said. Let's rewind.
Instead of the when this dream, this around that because you're not very developed, right, as an individual. I don't mean that in an offensive way. I just mean that you don't know much yet, right? At least in business or in life. And so when this dream, this beautiful little goal pops up out of your unconscious, take its perspective and look at yourself and ask yourself, what would I need to be to achieve this? Instead of the other way around.
What would I need to be to achieve this goal? I've been sitting on this and just quickly praying on it too. I know my goals, but this current version of me can't achieve those goals. I need to update myself. I've been praying, and the voice that I've been hearing is, what do I need to be? And that person would have to be obedient, diligent, disciplined, focused. And like these are very unsexy things. But I realized that if I just focus on obeying the Lord, doing it all for Him, and giving my money back to Him, thinking of this business as a ministry, as a way to give back to others and to magnify God's kingdom, then no, whatever amount of money, whether it's 10K, 20K, 50K, that is the kind of person who will achieve those goals, the goals that I have. So it's nice that I'm having this time to analyze what thoughts, what my identity based on these goals instead of just accepting what goals people have in society. It's nice. My ego is very much aligned more now with my desired self and my fears of being like too worldly, of being too greedy and worshiping money. I'm starting to like slowly understand that like, hey, this business can be God honoring, can be worshiping the Lord. So just wanted to share that golden nugget. Gonna continue watching now. Amen. Just finished watching 2.3. It's really powerful. Gonna sit on it for a bit. But going back to the practicals, I'm behind a lot, very behind. I was also planning to go to the gym during my lunch break, but yeah, I think I should go eat now. I'll be back. I might adjust my schedule as well, but just proud of myself for finishing. I did the ignition, although it took about 1 hour longer than it should. Bad news and good news. Bad news is I procrastinated for the past 1 hour. It started with scrolling on social media to practicing guitar, which is fine, but then it's still not the plan. The good news is I'm at fault. There's no one else to blame but myself. I'm the reason why it's 3:40 p.m. and I hasn't sent a single outreach. So it's gonna change right now. I can fix this problem. I might not do 30 outreach, but I'll do my best. The reason is like I have plans with my family later tonight. This 15 outreach, halfway there. What I learned was like I could just use AI. I've been using AI. My carpal tunnel hurts. But like these are all just excuses. What matters is I'm in control here. Everything is my fault. So I'm gonna do my best. No, I'm gonna do 30 outreach. Like I'm gonna figure it out. Trust the Lord. And I have to do it before leaving. Spend time with my family. Be back. All right. Unfortunately, I have to go now. I've done 18 outreach, which is better than the past week of doing zero outreach. So I know, technically I failed. I didn't do 30 outreach, but proud of myself. At least I took accountability, and now everything is my fault. It's not my parents' fault, it's not the government's fault, it's everything is my fault. And I'm looking forward to working again tomorrow, although I have full day of school and basketball. But everything is my fault. gonna spend time with my family. If I have time, I can do outreach through my phone, but I might not. We'll see. God bless you. Thanks for tuning in. Let's do this.